Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I am Rachel Thompson-Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for October the 26th through to October the 1st, with the overall theme being it's not what you look at, it's what you see. So let's go in and explore a little bit more around the message and the energy that's coming through this week. Each week when I do an energy forecast, it's about being able to review the energy potential that is coming through this week. And the gorgeous thing about Oracle cards is it gives us insight on how to work with it. Look to see if there's any particular pitfalls that have the potential of showing up and knowing how to be able to receive the wisdom from the cards to know how to be able to maneuver around and with the energy that is being provided and is coming through this week. So the very first card for Monday through till Tuesday is the card of Clairvoyance. Wednesday through till Friday is the card of Reflection, and the weekend's message is Contemplation. So with Monday and Tuesday being the card of Clairvoyance, the message that comes through the most around this week's energy forecast is that we are receiving signs, guidance, wisdom, intuitive nudges, whatever it is the language that you use. We are receiving so much cosmic guidance coming through. Yet we're not always seeing what is around us. We're looking at it, we're processing it, we're having a look at it, but we're not actually diving in to see the gorgeous message that's been unfolded to be able to reveal every single step that is being provided to you. Now, with our intuition and communication from soul and source, it always comes through in tiny little bite-sized bits of increments of information, because the human mind is constantly being bombarded with information all the time. And if it was to give you, say, the next 3 or 4 steps, you would, as humans, because this is what we do, we get excited and we rush ahead, and we would forget some of the most pivotal bits of information to be able to help you along your journey if you receive too much information. And sometimes it can come through as a sensory overload. If you start going, oh my God, this is all the things that I have to do to be able to achieve my goals, dreams and desires, it can overwhelm humans too much. So that's why we receive it in tiny little bite-sized bits of information. So you're receiving guidance everywhere at the moment to be able to help you along what it is that you want to manifest. They're aligning with your intentions. It's up to you now to be able to see the signs that are being revealed to you, and then take a step back and go, how does this bit of information tie back into showing me one step that I can take closer to achieving what it is that I want? And therefore it's about being able to move through in our comfort zones, because as we know, when we step out of our comfort zone, it makes us feel very uncertain. So this is the way that the soul and source provide us with a little bit of comfortability as we move through our journey, because it's giving you one step, and that one step will help improve and accelerate you on a mind, body, soul or spiritual level, depending on what the action potential is that's been shared with you. It could come through as in, you may be seeing an angel sign and that's telling you to trust. That's an inside job. You may be seeing a sign of a course that you want to do, and that is okay. Well, that's the sign that's coming through. It's up to you. What action are you going to take? So there's all these different types of actions that our soul and source provide us with that are being shared with you right at this moment. So with the Clairvoyance card, it's time to see all of the gorgeous signs that are coming around you at this time, and also know that those visual signs that are coming through are also internalized. So you may be finding that you're having accelerated rates of dreams. You may be daydreaming a little bit more. You may have thought or seen an image in your head, and then all of a sudden that same energy is showing up in your world through lots of different outlets to be able to confirm the information, the intuitive guidance that's coming around. So it's a really important thing to have a look to see what has been brought into your awareness this week. Now this Monday and Tuesday, as we move through to the energy for Wednesday through to Friday, it's the card of Reflection. Now this is a card that is primarily based on being able to review if you're judging yourself too harshly. With Mercury retrograde, it's all around those truth bombs, the deliveries of being able to understand that your soul is speaking to you and communicating to you in a really loud format at this point. And so therefore, every time you're putting yourself down, soul is coming through and going, that'll be enough of that. And there is this element of being able to up level by the polar opposite. And what I mean by that is, if we notice that we're putting ourselves down, the soul comes in, gives us a little bit of a reprimand to a degree, or really gets us to question it by saying, is that actually how you really think about yourself? Is that how you really feel about yourself? Type of communication. And therefore we get that opportunity to make that decision. Do we decide that we want to keep those limiting beliefs, or do we choose a different limiting belief? Which 9 times out of 10 we go, you know what? That's not what I believe. It's just something I've become accustomed to saying, but it doesn't mean I actually believe that. So no, I want to dissolve that negative limiting belief, and I'm going to choose a whole new array of ways in which I communicate with myself. So therefore it becomes the activator that moves you into new realms. So this is a really important time. If you have a look at this card, it's about a mirror. It's a mirror reflection back to you. So you'll be finding through Wednesday through to Friday, there's all these mirrors that are being brought into your world as a way to be able to review your beliefs within your own self, to be able to start altering and deciding what limiting beliefs are holding you back from your potential. And it's always about that internal dialogue. And now a lot of the time we think, well, if we're just having that conversation with ourselves, no one else around us knows, so it's okay. But it's not. Your soul and your human self is hearing this type of communication of you putting yourself down, and therefore that sets the tone for how other people treat. So you may be finding that's being mirrored back. And this is where it's a really good opportunity, as I said at the beginning about weekly energy forecasts, is it gives us the potential to see the energy and some of the pitfalls that comes through. And this is both a potential and a pitfall. So it gives you that opportunity to decide, are you going to react, or are you going to see that your soul has brought this in as a beautiful mirror to help you up level to that next version and dissolve away those limitations. So it's really important to try not to operate from a space of reaction response. Look at it as whatever is being mirrored back to you is your potential for your elevation into the next level of growth for you. And therefore, when we come through to the weekend, we can see that all of this comes through. It's a contemplation card. Once you've gone through and you start seeing all of the beautiful signs, you start looking and reviewing your limiting potential, then it's time to contemplate, okay, what is it that I want? Where do I want to go? And a lot of the times this is going to tie back into your new moon intentions that we had only a week or so ago, and be able to contemplate. This card says, focus all your desires on aligning with your soul contract. We really are being encouraged and supported to finish this year strong. And I know it's the countdown is on, so you will be finding, especially with Mercury retrograde, because it really wants you to be able to tie up loose ends. So if you're finding you have any tasks that are incomplete, there's still some part of your dream goal vision that is not yet been closed, this is your opportunity. The soul is saying, come on, it's really important to your passageway to your next level to be able to complete everything. And so therefore you be having, sorry, my brain has got so much information coming through this morning to be able to share with you. Your soul at this time and point is saying, come on, you can do this. Just all you need to do is just devise a beautiful master plan and stay committed to it. So with your contemplation, you may be having a look at, where am I leaking so much of my energy? What part of myself is resisting wanting to complete these beautiful dreams and visions that I have for myself? Look for the gap at this opportunity, because where our gap is where we usually find our weaknesses, we usually find our resistance, but in there is where we also discover some of the greatest bits of powerful knowledge, that the moment that you know that you're holding yourself back in some way, shape or form is the moment that where change and transformation occurs. So sometimes we learn the greatest amount of wisdom about ourselves through the polar opposite, which is what I said with the reflection. So it's going to be really important this week to be able to just be objective and review how is all of this beautiful wisdom and insight that's coming into me and this guidance that's being shared with me, how is this helping me to be able to achieve, accomplish and receive everything that I want. And that could be in the format with contemplation. Have you done your intentions, you believe in your dream, but you're not allowing yourself to receive? These are all beautiful bits of what I call little pots of gold, because it's in that awareness that we get to, again, have our truths be revealed to us, or where we're holding ourselves back. So the contemplation card is about really considering, okay, if this is so important for you, what is it that you can do? And see the beautiful message that's been shared all the way along the way, because even at the start of the week, just doing a quick little recap, all the signs are being provided to you, showing you the next step. All you need to do is take that one step. The thing that comes through the most around this is sometimes we want to see a whole dream unfold, and all you need to have is one bit of information for the first step that you can take. And as you are going through that first step, soul and source will then reveal the next step. So therefore you don't even have to worry about what the next step is to a degree, because it will already be starting to unfold. Be mindful of the internal conversations that you need to have with yourself. Remember, I always say to people, we always need to be our best cheer squad. How we communicate with ourselves is either going to govern our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions that we take. So if we're putting ourselves down, do you really honestly think that's going to accelerate you to take the next step? No. So where we need to be mindful and bring in, you know what, I'm going to bring in that gorgeous feminine attribute that's being mirrored back to me, showing me that if I communicate on a way that nourishes and supports myself, that in itself is going to help me feel more confidence taking those steps. And then always reviewing with that contemplation, checking in. Okay, I've completed this step. Check in, everything's done, it's completed, I feel satisfied, and I'm ready to take the next step, and then take the next step. So you may find that you could be sitting down this week and writing up yourself a beautiful, and I'm not going to say so much like a to-do list, but it is in a way, because as they say, when you have the difference between a dream and a plan is, a dream is something that stays in our head. A plan is about having something written down that you stay committed to, and it encourages you to be excited, to give you clarity and direction, and you know exactly what steps. So when you wake up each day, or you're going through your day, you're like, cool, I've done this. This is the next thing for me to be able to move forward on. So therefore your energy is not getting scattered in all different areas. You know exactly where your energy needs to be channeled towards that one step, to complete that one task. And then when that's been completed, channel your energy towards the next task. So remember, there is a power in writing your dreams down, because it gives you each step, and it also therefore allows you to bring all your energy in. Allow that to align with your dreams, goals and visions, and your belief in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. So I wish you all an incredibly amazing week. Much love to you all, and please feel free to tag or share this or subscribe to my channel. See you guys.